Adam, you said you wanted some answers today from your players. Have they given you those answers by performing as they did in the 4-2 defeat?
Yeah, with flying colours, I think. Look, it wasn't all based on today, and what I'm not going to do is stand here and criticise that group of players, because ultimately the people that have come into the building, the people that were already in the building, that stayed in the building to the end of the season, they kept the football club in the league, so they deserve credit for that. Because now it's over, I can be brutally honest, and when I did first take over, I was very, very concerned that the team that was in the changing room was going down. It was a bad environment, and everybody involved in turning it round deserves a pat on the back, but ultimately to move forward, there has to be big changes, because whether it's people letting themselves down, people not caring enough, standards not being high enough, discipline not being high enough, to change all of that in past halfway in the season is possible, and we're just happy that we managed to get it over the line. But today really it kind of summarised where the club's been at this season.
You just got level at half time and then gave away two really bad goals from a defensive point of view, and that was effectively game over.
Yeah, and I think up until the first, probably the last 20 minutes of the first half, we hadn't even started. Players were warned Tuesday, we were warned Thursday, we were warned in the warm-up. There was a mindset in there that was it's end of season and this, that and the other, and it's just not good enough, is it? And I think the goals we gave away just after half time kind of summed things up for me in my own head. People have said to me since I've come in, "Oh, you're very defensive, and you've got the ball from back to front very quickly, and you don't play a lot of football." That's why we gave the players a little bit more freedom today and said take a pass, and ultimately we've conceded 2-3 goals from it, so that was the reason we didn't do it from the off, and if we would have done it from the off we would have been relegated. So it makes me smile, because it proved my point right in the way that we went about this season, the way we got the points on the board. Today we said to the players, go and play, go and express yourself, and with all due respect, some of the players aren't good enough to do that, so no one can complain that they haven't been given an opportunity. The only people that can actually say they haven't had a chance are the injured boys. Some people have had more than one opportunity to prove a point and to stake a claim to be here next season, and they've not done that. So the nature of the beast is, if you don't hit standards, if you don't hit the required targets as an individual that you need to, there has to be casualties, and there's been a lot of casualties, and there'll be a lot more.
7 gone, 4 loan players now finished, 3 contracted. Probably leaves 10, 12 to make a decision on. Is that about how you see things at the moment?
Yeah, decisions are all made, and the players will be notified in due course, which will be very quick. The one thing I will say is I do think there's some players in there that have done well. Some players in there that have probably had a tough ride of it in terms of coming into the group, not fit, playing catch up and having to focus on their own performance and fitness levels, as well as focus on the team performance, which is tough. I do think that some players in that group, in a better environment and probably a better team, will thrive a little bit more, so we're going to keep that in mind. But we know what we want to put together next season, and a large part of that will be good characters, good people, added with a little bit of quality and a work ethic that the supporters deserve. That the supporters don't deserve to see a team going through the motions, and I've never had a team that does that, and I will never put up with a team that does that.
Jay Rollins, the notable omission today, was that due to injury?
Yeah, apparently he got injured at work, apparently, on Tuesday morning, so he hasn't trained. Not sure how he's done that. I know there's obviously interest in Jay. I know Fylde were interested in him, and if he is injured, then getting injured at work is unlucky for us, because if we were playing this game to get promoted, or we were playing this game to stay in the league, you've lost your top goal scorer, haven't you? So look, it is what it is. Move on really quickly.
How soon do you think you're going to do some business. You're obviously going to let the players know probably over the weekend, into next week, the existing ones, and that'll be job done on that front.
Yeah, and the big thing now is the recruitment has got to be right, and it's not something that I'm going to, in the first week, go and sign hundreds of players, because there's going to be a lot of footballers out of work this summer. As always, the filter sometimes takes a little bit of patience before the quality drops down. But we've got our eye on a few, and it's important now that we make sure that the people coming into the building are value. And we get the right blend of experience, right blend of different levels people have played at, the right mixture of characters and leaders that we need in the group. Because ultimately, I think if you get that right and the work's right, yes, we're in a tough league. Yes, it's got even tougher now with the teams that have come down, with bigger resources, bigger finances. But we can compete. I'm more than confident in that, and us to do that, we're going to have to get the little things right.
I was just going to touch on that. York have come down today. Stockport haven't made the playoffs, I don't think. Kidderminster might not go up. There's going to be some really big clubs in there. 2 North East clubs have come up, so you've got a couple of long trips up there. So it's going to be another challenging season, but one to look forward to with optimism from what you've seen at times.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's what a fantastic league to be in now. It's not like you're playing, with all due respect, you're not playing the Dog and Duck anymore in the Conference North. You're playing some top quality football clubs with good histories, good standards, great grounds to go to, and players that come into this club need to realise that, because we're one of them clubs. So we need a respect to the level, and people need to understand that when they turn up and they put a Boston shirt on, they're not playing for Dog and Duck. This is a very good club with very good history, a fantastic support base, that deserves to be proud of a team, and win, lose or draw, the supporters should be able to go home knowing that every single player that entered that pitch, every single member of staff has given everything they can do on that day, and I don't think this season they've had enough of them days, and that's up to me to change, and I will do that.
And season tickets now on sale. All of those qualities that you've just mentioned are things that you hope to see from your team next year, and presumably you just encourage the fans to really turn out in force and give all the new players and the ones that are going to stay, and yourself, a real chance next year.
Yeah, definitely, and it's I said in the fans forum, it really needs to be as one effort next season. It's not just a group of players. We need as many supporters in our stadium as we can get next season, because I want to make it a real fortress, and I can't do that on my own. I can't do that just with a group of players. I need the fans behind that. So we need to get a real good support group next season in terms of pushing forward, and a real positive mindset. This season now is wiped off. I'll never think of this season ever again in my life. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad that certain things can happen now, because it's been painful, and it's been painful for me for 3 months. I don't know how it's felt for some of the supporters for the rest of it. But look, it's gone. We drew a line under it very quickly. My thoughts already on next season and pre-season, and I'm excited to get going on the work. So very excited, very optimistic, and now we can move on and draw a line under a cloud.